review of this 2022 Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio. So this is a 2.9 bi-turbo version of top of the line Quadrifoglio trim. So yeah, a little bit of insight to the Giulia. Obviously you've got the 2-litre normal car, the 2-litre turbocharged Veloce, which has the 280 brake horsepower 4-cylinder, and then this is a range topping 2.9 litre twin turbo Quadrifoglio, which has 510 brake horsepower. And yeah, you got adaptive front bi-xenon headlights standard on all these cars, and you got a number of lovely carbon bits and bobs you can get standard, which includes this front splitter. Obviously this is 2022 car, it's 72 plates, so it benefits from having a little bit of warranty left up until I think November. So yeah, really lovely car. This one's finished in Misano Blue metallic, which is sort of like a light mid blue, really gorgeous and lovely looking. And this one's got the optional 19-inch 5-hole alloys in dark. Both alloys available are dark. You've got the standard lightweight alloys, but then this one's got the optional 5-hole alloys, which are my all-time favourite Alfa Romeo alloy. They're sort of like the clover leaves. And yeah, you get 360mm front and rear Brembo discs, cross-drilled, with 6-piston and 4-piston rear. Really nice, and red calipers as an option. Obviously you've got the iconic Alfa Romeo cloverleaf badge, dark finished front V-grille and black mirror caps. Quadrifoglio means 4-leaf clover in Italian. So yeah, it's basically Quadrifoglio and cloverleaf, and GTA were sort of like the absolute range topping Alfa Romeo trims, performance orientated. You've got a carbon boot lip spoiler standard, along with this lovely optional £3,250 Akrapovic titanium exhaust, which is really nice. Obviously, yeah, just gives it a nice aggressive growl. And this is a full exhaust system which goes all the way down to the downpipe, so it's got stock downpipes and a full through flow Akrapovic valved exhaust system. Extremely desirable and very rare on these cars. It would cost you probably about 5 to 6 grand now if you actually wanted to put that car on a normal Giulia. So yeah, you've got the battery in the boot as well, which is quite nice, and some storage space, including some under here with your tyre inflating kit and your pump. And you've also got the Harman Kardon upward firing subwoofer, along with this sort of little anchor hook and remote release rear seats. Obviously a saloon. I actually think this car's gorgeous. It's really nice. It's probably one of the most gorgeous looking cars I've seen for quite a long time now. You've got rear privacy, gloss black window trims, and you've also got carbon fibre rear sort of side skirt inserts, which is quite nice. Misano Blue, just really nice. A lot nicer than sort of a boring red, or yeah, the Montreal green's also quite nice. This one's got the full black leather interior. I think this is quite desirable because quite a lot of them come with Alcantara in the middle and then the leather on the outside. But yeah, black leather with grey stitching, 2 cup holders in the middle, 2 aircon vents for the rear, and a USB type 2, and some leather clad armrest and door panel with carbon fibre gloss trim standard on all cars with this chrome sort of door handle. And this one's got the very optional and desirable carbon fibre roof, which was about 2 grand. Obviously Giulia Quadrifoglios don't ever come with a sunroof. The Velocis did, I think, as an option, but yeah, Quadrifoglio's only option for a roof is carbon roof, and it is quite a rare option, but it's really desirable, and obviously looks absolutely gorgeous in lacquer, clear lacquer. You've got blind spot assist standard, keyless entry, 14-way electrically adjustable front seats with 3 set driver memory. So yeah, you've got manual cushion extension, 8-way electric, 4-way lumbar and 2-way bolster support with 3 set memory. You've got the 900-watt Harman Kardon 14-speaker surround sound system, which I think is an option, but it's a bit hard to see on my spec system. But yeah, you've got the chrome surround and a chrome sort of bezel, Miss Harman Kardon branded speaker here. Moving on to interior, really nice. You've got a flat bottom steering wheel in sort of full leather with the Alcantara sort of side grips here to place your thumbs, and you've got the start stop button. fire it up. You've got these aluminium sort of milled paddle shift, which are column mounted. And yeah, this one's got benefits from having the analog dials. The latest car obviously has nice LED headlights, but it has a really like not so nice virtual sort of cockpit display, Digi TFT dash. But I think this looks way nicer having the rev gauge there and the iconic clover leaf in the speedo gauge there with your digital fuel bar. You've got adaptive cruise control standard on all 2020 onwards models, along with a carbon fibre insert steering wheel with a cloverleaf logo. You've got the Italian flag on the bottom here, right next to your ZF gear stick. Obviously, all Giulias came with a ZF8 gearbox, which is quite nice. Lightning bolt quick, and obviously being a torque converter, not jerky like the DCTs and M3s. 12-volt socket, USB Type 2, heated front seats with heated steering wheel and 2-zone climate control with individual temperature and fan flow adjustment. And yeah, I do like this screen Alfa's got, the infotainment system. It's quite blended in. When it's off, you wouldn't even know a screen's here. It's sort of integrated into this sort of matte finish sort of black panel here. And then yeah, when you turn it on, it's sort of like a knockoff iDrive really. Looks quite cool. And yeah, you've got the TomTom navigation along with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wired. And yeah, this is also a touchscreen as well, which is quite nice. I didn't actually realise it was a touchscreen at first, but yeah, you've got blind spot assist, lane departure warning, forward collision and adaptive cruise control standard on all 2020 onwards models. And you've got some performance gauges. 2020 models, obviously, like I said, have adaptive cruise, some more features sort of standard, and you've got a sort of updated screen. I think this is more responsive than the older screen. And yeah, obviously really nice. You've got 4 different driving modes. You've got normal, A, which is like advanced efficiency mode. You've got dynamic, which opens up the exhaust valves, and there's a button on here to turn off the soft and hard damping suspension. It's got hydraulic variable damping, SDC, synaptic dynamic suspension, which is Alfa's terms. If you twist the dial and then hold it, you can hear the exhaust getting loud because this jams the valves open at all RPMs. But this does turn your stability control and all your collision warning and ADAS systems, your driver assist systems. But yeah, obviously it sounds quite nice. You can have a little bit of a listen. Quite fruity, obviously. The higher the RPM goes, obviously, the nicer it becomes. You've got some vehicle information here. You've got your engine oil. And you've also got this little thing, which is called Drive Mode Explorer. So it just shows you the status of your exhaust. And yeah, it just says open, and then in normal it just says, I think it says eco. Yeah, it says eco. So it's like either open or it's in eco mode. So it's a bit interesting, that is. And you've got the gas pedal. The accelerator pedal's quite light feathered on the car. You've also got torque vectoring as well, which is basically Alfa Romeo's system of distributing the torque between the rear wheels. Being rear-wheel drive, it is quite engaging and fun to drive. You've also got carbon fibre trim everywhere. And like I said, this car's got sort of the leather sport seats. Some cars came with a Sparco seat, but they're not as comfortable, obviously. 12-volt socket, USB-C, USB Type 2, auxiliary, and a wireless phone charging pad here, which is quite nice. And you've got a rotary dial for the sort of Alfa Romeo infotainment system. But otherwise, you can just use a touchscreen. You've got sort of leatherette panelled dashboard with these rifled sort of gauge scopes, which is quite nice. And an auto-dimming rear view mirror as well, along with some LED lights at the front here and some, yeah, sort of sun visor. And this really lovely, like I said, can't iterate again, the high gloss carbon trim. There's a lot of carbon on the car, surprisingly, standard. You know, I think the roof is just the only option, and maybe the steering wheel. My earlier cars, it was an option. But yeah, you've got the key here as well, Alfa Romeo key, with the Alfa Romeo sort of logo on the bottom there, sort of in wording, which is quite nice. And yeah, also the engine popper is right here, which is a bit interesting. But yeah, obviously you've got these sort of these sort of chrome looking tread plates, and some aluminium sort of pedals with electric folding mirrors for the car as well, which is quite nice, with these black mirror caps. Like I said, lovely 4-leaf triangle clover, and 2 owners, full Alfa Romeo service history. And yeah, you've got the bi-xenon adaptive headlights at the front here, 35 watts. And yeah, overall really lovely. Obviously your next service is free for the car, so yeah. Under the bonnet you've got 2.9 litre bi-turbo V6, 90-degree angle, producing 503 brake horsepower. I think that's PS or either 510 if I'm correct. You've got the triangle cloverleaf flag once again on the engine with the V6 90-degree badging, and this is co-developed by Ferrari sort of. It's derived and co-engineered off the F136 V8 in the Californias and stuff, with 2 cylinders blanked off. You've also got a carbon fibre reinforced plastic shelled underside of the bonnet here as well, which is quite nice. And yeah, you've got these air vents which are down the side of the car as well, which is quite nice, which has some obviously some sort of covering to stop any corrosion getting in the engine. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. And also that giri means revolutions in Italian, so giri times by 1,000. Almost forgot to mention, the car's wrapped in almost brand new Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, which is quite nice. And we've also got a pair of Pirelli P0s to go with the car as well. Guys, so today I'll be reviewing, test driving the Giulia QV. So yeah, sounds really nice. Obviously it's got very deep growly tones when it starts up, but yeah, when you put in a dynamic mode, the exhaust valves actually open up, which is pretty good. But yeah, obviously really nice car. I've just drove this back from Cheltenham, and these are brilliant cars, to be honest. These Alfas, they're quite rated, to be honest. People sort of like have an argument between this and an M3 or any other sort of alike cars, but yeah, obviously it's quite a unique car. It's quite unparalleled. It's quite unparalleled in terms of driving. I've just got to get his cat off the bonnet. Yeah, there we go. He's off now. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, but anyway, really nice car these are. Obviously in dynamic mode. You've also got a race mode, which you need to hold. You need to twist and hold the dial to engage. It's sort of like confirming it, because that turns off the traction control and the driver, all the ADAS systems for the adaptive cruise and everything. So yeah, obviously really nice. It's just a gorgeous car, to be honest. I haven't said this for a while, but this definitely is one of the best looking cars I've seen for quite a while now. It just looks gorgeous, and yeah, it really has me jumping out of my seat, to be honest. I don't say that with every car, but yeah, you've got the ZF8 torque converter as well, latest generation almost. It's 72 plate, this car, 2022, so you know, it's got quite a decent amount of warranty, and it's got full Alfa history, and it's due a service now, but it's got a service pack, so the next customer will, yeah, if we don't get that, if the service doesn't get booked in now, at least the service is free. But yeah, really lovely and very unparalleled sort of sound that Alfas, Maseratis and sort of Ferraris have. The 2.9 V6 is sort of based off a co-developed, sort of co-engineered Ferrari V8, the F136, but yeah, obviously this is how it sounds. It does sound really good. Obviously, did forget to mention, this car has the optional £3,250 Akrapovic carbon sleeved tipped exhaust. So obviously that goes from all the way to the downpipes, full system. Obviously car stock downpipes, but yeah, really nice. It definitely is a very desirable option and extremely rare on these cars. There is only a small handful of them which have this exhaust, and when I was sort of looking at Giulia's to buy, my only principle was really to look at one with Akrapovic, because you know it does add value to the car. Cars which don't have it are just sort of like any old Giulia really. Quadrifoglio. But yeah, obviously being the Quadrifoglio, you've got the sort of normal 2-litre car, then you've got the 2-litre Veloce, which is the 280 brake 4-pot, and then you've got the 2.9 twin turbo V6, which is what this is. So Quadrifoglio means 4-leafed clover in Italian. So yeah, you've obviously got clover leaves on the front wings, the analog dial, on the speedo, and on the bottom of the steering wheel, and you've got a little Italian flag next to the ZF gear stick. So really iconic, and obviously it sort of dates back to Alfa Romeo's sort of, you know, they had the cloverleaf was the range topping trim, and then you've had the GTA, which was a 3.2 litre Busso, and yeah, can't remember what else other cars they had, bird cage, and sort of, you know, dates back to Alfa's racing pedigree. And just a brilliant car really. I was a bit surprised, you know, despite all cars now having GPFs, Akrapovic does sort of enhance the sound of the car, which is quite nice. Obviously being a 2020 onwards car, it's had some sort of facelift updates, having a nicer screen. You get some stuff standard like the carbon fibre insert steering wheel. I think it's standard on this car actually, and a couple of other carbon bits. All Giulia's come standard with carbon fibre interior trim, and yeah, this one, you know, being 2020 onwards, you got adaptive cruise control standard, which the earlier cars did not come with standard. So yeah, and this one's got the very desirable carbon fibre reinforced plastic roof, which obviously not all of them come with, and unfortunately the Quadris weren't offered with a sunroof. I think only the Velocis were offered with that, so the only option is a carbon roof, and most of them don't have it, so they've just got, it's better to have a carbon roof I guess than having no roof. It does sound really nice. It really does shine at the highest RPMs. It sounds really growly. A lot of people tell you that it sounds really growly at the bottom end, but when you get the RPMs really high up, it sounds a bit like a trumpet. It just really sounds, the V6 is a sort of like an engine you need to get at really high RPMs to get the exhaust out of. But yeah, obviously the carbon sleeve tips look really nice, and it's the easiest way to distinguish an Akrapovic Giulia. And I think the Nürburgring rings or special edition of this came standard with that. I think the 100th Anniversario came with that, and yeah, got a flat bottom steering wheel with a bit of Alcantara lining on the inner bit of the thumb grips and the side grips, which is nice. And yeah, you got a classic style starter button on the steering wheel, along with your DNA drive modes, which is iconic to Alfa. You got dynamic, normal, and A, which is sort of efficiency modes. Yeah. Sort of advanced efficiency mode, that's what it's called. But yeah, really lovely, obviously. And you've even got race mode, like I said, which I think jams the valves open fully at all RPMs. But yeah, obviously it is really lovely. Goes aluminium milled sort of paddle shifts, column mounted, sort of classic race car style. And a bit of, like I said, a bit of carbon on the outside, and it just looks gorgeous, this does, especially with the 5-holes. They don't come standard. The new ones, you've actually got to pay for the 5-holes. Sorry, the standard for 5 holes, but you got to pay for lightweight wheels, which I find funny because I think the lightweight wheels don't look as nice. The sort of multi-spoke, cross-spoke, staggered looking wheels, but this has got the lovely 5 holes, which are lovely. Just, yeah, I keep saying the word lovely, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.